Gypsum Woodfibre boards are manufactured at the Partition gypsum plant. Eco-friendly product that combines the best properties of gypsum and wood. No hazardous substances are used in the manufacture of boards. In the course of operation, the GWFB are absolutely innocuous. GWFB consists of 83% gypsum, 15% wood chips, and 2% residual moisture. Interior partitions with gypsum woodfibre boards cladding. The partition of multi-layer structure consisting of single or double metal frame based on galvanized siding or a wooden frame filled with heat and sound insulating materials and sheathed on both sides on one or two layers of gypsum woodfibre boards. Necessary materials: gypsum woodfibre boards, bottom channel PN 28 to 27, stud PP 60 to 27, self-tapping piercing screw, straight suspension, single lever connector, double nail, double helical self-counterboarding point screw, self-adhesive mesh tape, self-tapping wood screw, self-adhesive sealing tape, mixture of dry putty, heat and sound insulation board, primer. Installation begins with the marking of the design position of the partition. Marking can be done using a laser level. The position of the designed position is marked on the floor, ceiling and walls. It is recommended to mark on the floor the location of the studs and openings. The pitch of the stud is 629 mm. The bottom channels of the required size are cut off scissors for metal cuttings. Sealing tape is glued on the sidings. In accordance with the making, bottom channels are fixed to the floor and ceiling. Fastening to concrete or brick foundations is done with the help of dowels. The pitch of mountings of frame sidings should be no more than 1000 mm, but not less than 3 mounts for one siding. Studs of appropriate length adjacent to the walls are fixed in the same way as the bottom channels. The height of the studs must be less than the height of the room by 10 mm. The doorway must be mounted in the following sequence. Installation based on the level of door frame. Fastening to bottom channels using a piercer of self-tapping piercing screws. Then mounting the jumper over the opening of the bottom channel and fixing the screws, and only later the installation of intermediate pillars above the doorway. In accordance with the marking, stud level are installed in the bottom channels and fastened together using a piercer of self-tapping piercing screws. Screws are removed during trimming of gypsum woodfibre material. The backs of the siding should be turned to the one side. Leading by GWFB of one side of the frame. Gypsum woodfibre boards are recommended to be placed vertically, and the boards should be joined only the pillars of the frame. Mounting GWFB is done in the direction of the walls of studs. Fastening is made by W helical self-counterboring point screws with a diameter of 3.9 mm and length of 25 mm. We arrange them in pitches of no more than 250 mm. Screws should be located at a distance of 10 mm from the edge of the board. The vertical offsets of the bolts on two adjacent sheets must be at least 10 mm. The heads of the screws should be sunk in the gypsum woodfibre boards to a depth of about 1 mm. If necessary, you can make countersink in the place of installation of screws. After mounting of the GWFB on one side, if necessary, heat and sound insulation boards are laid in the space between the studs. The gypsum wood fiber boards on the back side of the frame should be installed so that GWB joints do not conclude with the board of the first layer of the opposite side of the frame, namely the horizontal joints should be displaced vertically at least 400 mm at the vertical joints horizontally by the pitch of the pillars. Two joints of gypsum boards should not be located on the pillars to which the door frames is attached. The surface of the interior partitions made with the use of gypsum wood fiber boards produced by the Partition gypsum plant is fully ready for fishing, painting and hanging decorative elements of wallpapers.